College basketball crown action. Luke Lendler, Alan Judson back here with you after a thrilling first day and two great games to start off the second one. We are here to begin the night slate with the Villanova Wildcats taking on the Colorado Buffaloes. Both these teams finished in the bottom half of their leagues in the regular season, and both these teams captured a game in their conference tournament, but neither of these teams was able to make it to March Madness. But here they are. That's exactly what the crown is for second chance opportunities to make a name for yourself and make a little bit of cash while you're doing it. Alan Judson, how are you doing on this fine evening in Las Vegas?
I'm doing good. Haven't been a Las Vegas guy myself, but we got out last night, got you some Chick-fil-A late in the night, just found our way around. Always a good time to be out here in Las Vegas. But I wanted to talk about the Colorado Buffaloes specifically because you mentioned that these are teams who finished in the bottom half. Well, Colorado didn't just finish in the bottom half. They finished last. They were the worst team in the Big 12. Then they got to the tournament, and they beat TCU, a 16-seed upset, and then they upset West Virginia. So this is a Colorado team that's coming in hot. If you had shown me this matchup 2 weeks ago, I probably would have told you Villanova's probably going to win by 10+. Today, I don't know if that's the case because this Colorado team is really, really hot. Villanova, on the other hand, playing without their head coach. Kyle Neptune got fired at the end of the season. They've got a new one in Kevin Willard, poached him from Maryland. But for this game and his first head coaching game ever, it's going to be Mike Nardi at the helm for the Wildcats. His 9th season in Pennsylvania and his first game ever coaching.
And it's going to be an interesting debut for him because these are circumstances that not a lot of teams find themselves ever playing in. Sometimes, experience can be a big factor in these games, and nobody is more experienced in college basketball seemingly than Eric Dixon. The 6'8" graduate senior is native to the Villanova area, but he's played his entire career there. Was a sophomore on the Final Four team back in 2022, but he's 8 points away from breaking the program record. If you are Colorado, how do you go about stopping somebody who leads the country in scoring?
I don't know if you can. I think you just have to stop everybody else around him. 23 points per game for Dixon, and you mentioned a prolific scorer. Could etch himself as one of the best of all time and put himself atop that list today. If he hits that season average, he absolutely will. On the Colorado side, I don't think it's a game you have to play or you want to play as catch-up. I think it's a game you need to establish yourself early, and you need to just keep the Wildcats at arm's reach.
Colorado down their leading scorer in this one, but they've got plenty of good options still in this starting five, including Andrei Yakimovsky, the Macedonian native. He's been wildly effective, especially in the second half of the season, especially from beyond the arc. What kind of output do you expect from him today?
I think he needs to be the main guy for Colorado as they go on. 10.5 points per game, and especially as a force down low. He leads the starters in rebounding with 5. Dak behind him at 3.9, but he's got to be the guy to get going early, whether that be shooting from the corner, working down the baseline, and getting some movement on the block and getting a nice and one. It needs to be Yakimovsky who gets things started for the Buffaloes, and then he can start to pass things off to the rest of the lineup.
Just minutes from tip-off here in Las Vegas as lineups are introduced. And this is the first time, believe it or not, Villanova has ever played a game in the great state of Nevada. And that's something that me and the program have in common. First time ever being to Nevada was this little trip here. We are to call some games. But after, frankly, a thrilling game to open up this tournament, it's Butler versus Utah. We've had a couple of good games last night. Georgetown, Washington State, down to the wire. Had a lot of good games that have been decided at the very end. Alan, any way you're leaning for this one?
First, Luke, I think in the Villanova lineup, you're Wooga Poplar. You're putting 14.5 up, 7 boards. You're just a reliable guy. That's what I'm putting you at here on this strip. You're the guy who stood in front of the Vegas Eiffel Tower with a bag of Chick-fil-A just dancing for about 5 minutes. But like I said a couple weeks ago, I would be leaning Villanova by probably double digits. Today, I think Colorado has a very good chance to keep this one close. I could see the Buffaloes winning. If I had to pick a direction, I'd probably go Villanova.
The Wildcats clad in their all-white, matching up with the all-black of the Colorado Buffaloes. What looked like an excruciatingly empty MGM Grand Garden Arena has trickled in a little bit since the anthem concluded. We're seeing a couple more fans here than we may expect. It's the first game of the night slate. Coming up after this, USC versus Tulane. We'll be here with you for that one, and the winner of this game we're about to call. Nova and Colorado will play the winner of that game in SC Tulane. Now, Wildcats all the way from the main line just outside of Philadelphia. Colorado and the Buffaloes all the way from Boulder. In one of the greatest states our country has to offer in Colorado. But as the two teams take to the court, they are reminded once again the stakes of this tournament. It's $300,000 in NIL money for the winner. The runner-up, $100,000. And two semifinalists, $50,000 each. Lots of bread on the line here, Ellen.
Yeah, and that's what appeals these teams to come here, is that chance for the NIL opportunity. We're in a new age of college basketball, like it or not. Personally, when it comes down to this, I think it's a great idea. Give these players a chance to play for money like they will in the next level. And I really like this as an audition for some guys. For Colorado, Harrison Carrington in the transfer portal, Courtney Anderson in the transfer portal, Greg Gerhardt in the transfer portal. Those are some guys who could come out and just audition for their next team.
And we're off and running here at MGM Grand Garden Arena. The Wildcats control the tip and bring the ball going right to left. Brickus with it. Now top of the key, Dixon for three. No good. Right iron. And the first quick shot of the night from Villanova is taken by Eric Dixon. It's over the head with Yakimovsky. He'll try to initiate the offense for the Buffs. Swings it over Casares. Casares still dance with it. Hounded by Brickus on the perimeter. Drives right. Now back up top, Dak. Dak trying to feed down low, but swings to the corner. It's Smith for three. No good. Short. Gets his own miss. Throws it back out to Casares. He swings now back in the corner. Dak for three. No good. Too strong. Still loose control by Yakimovsky. He'll pull up his floater. Banks in. And we got the first points of the game in favor of the Colorado Buffaloes. It's 2-0 with 19:15 left.
I don't think I have to tell you that 3 offensive rebounds in one possession is not good if you're Villanova.
Dixon with it now, right wing. He's certainly going to try to hunt that record, but I'm sure, if you're Coach Mike Nardi, you want him to take smart shots, not just every shot, but he's with it now on the right wing. Drives, doubled immediately, swings it back out Brickus. Ball around the horn into the corner. The pump fake from Poplar. He drives, pulls up, and it rolls around and in. Got the shooter's bounce, and we're tied at 2 with 18:45 left. Up ahead is Colorado. It's going to be in the hands of Casares. Now he swings it back up top, Dak. Trying to work Yakimovsky in an up-ball screen, but he ends up getting it to Malone. Malone gives it back, Smith. He comes off the screen, drives right baseline, now spins on the block. Back up top, Yakimovsky, top of the key. Couple jab sets, now drives left. Looking to spin back to his right shoulder, and he does. Goes up with it, no good around and out, but he gets his own miss and lays it back in. And there's the 4th offensive rebound of the game with just 90 seconds gone for Colorado.
And that's how Colorado is getting their points right now. It's pivotal with Villanova. Colorado's missing shots. You have to force them to pay for missing those shots. Right now, Colorado just getting the second chance.
Brickus feeds Dixon on the short corner, but he's immediately doubled. Colorado not letting him even get a dribble off. Swings it back up other side. Poplar, he's going to drive. No, rather it's Logano. He goes up and gets the floater to go. So Villanova ties us up at 4.
Colorado is not going to let Eric Dixon beat them. As you mentioned, they're doubling him immediately. Right when he touches the ball, he's got 2 black jerseys on him.
Dak drives from the left wing, pulls up at the free throw line. No good. Rebound, and back the other way comes Poplar. Swings over to Brickus. Guard backcourt, both transfers. Poplar came from Miami, Brickus nearby from LaSalle, but now Poplar drives, attacks the basket, up and under, and the layup is good. A little bit of English on that one, and Villanova takes the lead. Back the other way comes Smith. He togs it back to Dak. Dak looking for options on that left wing, crosses over, drives middle, picks up his dribble, top of the key. Yakimovsky. He's guarded by Dixon, still controls it. Now it's with Smith, top of the key, he swings corner. Malone will try it. It's good. Elijah Malone, not often does he shoot from out there, just 3 for 15 before that one in the year, but he's 4 for 16 now.
I believe they're calling that one a 2-pointer. His foot was on the line.
Brickus drives, long step back 3, no good. Rebounded, nice rebound there, pulled down by Bakoye. Back out Longino, he pull up from 2 and he makes it. You're right, they called that a 2, so it's going to be 8-6 in favor of Villanova, but still, we don't see Malone shoot from that distance very often. But Yakimovsky is going to try to initiate some offense here for the Buffs. He comes off a pair of screens and dribbles into that short corner on the left side. Back up top Malone, now back to Yakimovsky, left corner. Hounded by Poplar, but he drives, floats it up with the right hand, and it's no good, too strong. Rebound, Boyake, and we're back the other way. So with Brickus on the right wing. Villanova, the best three-point shooting team in the country. We've seen them take a pair already, but they're 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Backing down is Longino. He swings it down low, and the dunk is good. Thunderous one-hand jam.
You got Yakimovsky looking the wrong way. A good spin move under, and free 2 points with the two hands.
Dak on that left wing. Brings it back up top. Malone. Malone right wing. Casares drives now. Left-handed layup. Rolls around and out. Nice rebound by Malone. He goes up over Dixon and gets the layup to go. So it's 10-8 Villanova with 15:45 left, and the Wildcats have possession with Brickus.
It's got to be nice to be 6'10". That was a big rebound for Malone and an easy putback the way he had sealed off his defender.
Brickus with his heels on the logo. Gives it up to Poplar and gets it back. Now back to Poplar. He thought about the three. Now dribbles, pulls up from the elbow. No good. Too strong. And rebounded by Smith. Here come the Buffs back the other way. Yakimovsky attacks from the right wing, but swings it back out. Smith for three. It is no good. Rebound loose and eventually controlled. That's a nice rebound by Longino. Swings up ahead to Brickus. He gets it down low to Dixon. Dixon's got that one-on-one matchup, but he's again immediately doubled. Forces the fadeaway, and it rattles home. Maybe some contact, too. No call. And Dixon's now 6 away from that program record. Dak, left wing, guarded by Dixon, trying to post him up on that right block. Poked away, controlled, and Villanova gets a turnover. Brickus comes back the other way. Up ahead, loose ball controlled by Ake. He swings it out to the corner, back to Brickus, top of the key. Around the horn we go. Dixon catches and fires on the left wing. Bang!
Well, now he's off and running. Eric Dixon and the Wildcats have started to catch stride, working around the corners and working on the baseline.
It's up with Casares at the top of the key, hounded by Brickus. Ball's loose, and they're going to say Brickus got a little bit too handsy. So after 5.5 minutes of smooth basketball action, we go to the under 16. It's Villanova 15, Colorado 8 here on Blaze Radio. Luke Lumner, Alan Judson, don't go anywhere.
Are you looking for a weekly recap on what happened in the wild world of sports every single week? Well, tune in Tuesdays at noon to East Coast Bias. In our 4th year here on Blaze Radio, tune in to hear all sports, not just baseball, basketball, hockey, and football, but everything from around the globe that includes a ball or a puck. Hosted by yours truly, Dylan Pescator, Tuesdays at noon, East Coast Bias. It's time for the Beatdown on Blaze Radio from 2 to 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday afternoons. Seth Golefsky and Willem Marietta take a deep dive into the ever-changing landscape of the UFC. We are talking tactics, breaking down the biggest fights, and giving you the scoop on what's next in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Whether you are a diehard fan or new to the fight game, we've got something for you. Only on the Beatdown on Blaze Radio.
Sitting in traffic, bored of listening to the same artist on repeat? Tune in to Alternative Route instead, the music show on Blaze Radio that talks about a Latin artist or band every week that is making music in the indie and or alternative rock genres. Join DJ Mavette for the 2nd season of Alternative Route as she breaks down these artists' innovations and analyzes their songs in order to understand their craft better. Take the Alternative Route every Tuesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. live on Blaze Radio and blazeradioonline.com.
Every True Crime Tuesday, your hosts, Alyssa Rea, Franco Mitre, and Angel Garcia will be taking you inside of the evidence room to take a closer look into some of Arizona's most notorious true crime cases. Join us for a new disturbing case each week as we go over facts and discuss our own thoughts about the cases in chilling detail. You won't want to miss an episode of The Evidence Room every Tuesday from 10:30 to 11 p.m. only on blazeradio.com.
You're listening to Arizona State Student Radio. Scallon with the 30, to the near side of the 20, 15, stays in bounds and scores! This is KASC Blaze Radio, blazeradioonline.com.
Back with you here in Las Vegas, Luke Lemler, Alan Judson alongside me. And what's been a pretty controlling and commanding first 5 minutes from the Villanova Wildcats sees them lead 15-8 over the Colorado Buffaloes with 14:34 left in this one as the teams rejoin the court after the under 16. Alan, Colorado just 4 for 11 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. How do they get it going offensively?
You know, they got it in the first part of the game by getting the offensive rebounds, getting the second chance, third chance points. And now that Villanova started to do a better job of boxing out, they've had to find different ways, and I think they've found open looks. They just haven't shot the ball as well as they've wanted to. Just continue to swing the rock and don't get selfish.
Ball is inbounded now. It's with Casares in the right wing. He'll swing deeper into the wing and then back down low to Malone. Malone trying to back down his defender. A couple big bumps, pump fake, up and under, and the layup is good. That was a classic driveway move. I'm sure dads everywhere love that one.
Whatever works gets you 2 points in this situation. Back within 5 for the Buffaloes. And don't hate on the driveway moves, Luke. That's the way I grew up.
That was all my game in high school, I'll tell you that much. It's with Brickus now, top key. He gets a screen, works off of it now on the left wing, gets another one, flings it back down low. Up goes Boyake, and he's fouled. The layup is no good. But Enoch Boyake will go to the line and shoot 2 for the Wildcats, who lead by 5 with 14:01 left in this one.
Yeah, the 6'11" senior, he transferred from Fresno State and was a soccer player growing up, and now has an opportunity to get himself and his team, at least help him, get a little closer to, a couple $100,000.
Alan, I'm going to try to drop some. I'm going to give you some soccer trivia here. When a soccer player scores twice or 3 times one game, you know what it's called, right?
A hat trick.
So what is it called when he scores twice?
I can't tell if this is a dad joke or
no,
a real question.
No, it's a real question. I was curious if you knew. I don't know. There's not a lot of
I did not know.
soccer culture out there in Utah. It's called a brace. So, unfortunately, Boyake can't hit a brace because he missed his first one. But he'll add 1 point for his team and give them a 6-point lead here with 14:01 left in the first half.
Hey, in soccer, sometimes 1-0 is all you need.
True that. Villanova going to give us a zone look here. Now top of the key with R.J. Smith. Trying to figure out any off-ball screen motion to get somebody open, but it's down with Dak on the left elbow. Guarded by Dixon. Gives it back up to Casares. He gets a screen from Dak, drives right. Swings back up top, now back in the corner with Smith. He drives baseline, tries to throw a corner, but it's a turnover. Poked away by Eric Dixon. And here come the Wildcats back the other way. It's with Longino. He'll cross half court and look in the corner for Tyler Perkins and toss it back to him. The Penn transfer. Played a lot in his first year out in the main line.
Dixon wants his shot in the corner.
It's back in the corner now with Perkins. Gives it back up. Longino thought about the 3. Pump fake. Couple hesitation moves, and the long 2 is no good off the front iron. It's curled and pushed back the other way. Here comes Baskin with it. Dribbles right to the corner, but is able to pass it off to R.J. Smith as the Buffaloes work the ball around and get it to Casares in the right wing. He'll swing it back up top. Smith will try one from distance. It's good. R.J. Smith from downtown. And the Buffaloes cut back into this lead. They now trail by just 3.
It's a big bucket, their first 3-pointer of the game. Once you see one fall, typically you start to see a couple more.
It's with Poplar now. He drives coming off the right wing. Gets to the center of the floor, fades away from the free throw line, and it rolls around and drops down for the Philadelphia native. Back in his hometown after a couple years of Miami. We get a whistle and a technical foul on.
That might have been the most calm technical foul I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're going to give that on Wooga Poplar.
I don't know if he was talking on his way back down.
I think he must have been running his mouth, something the referees didn't like. So at the line is going to be Diop. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Somebody growing up from the same city as Wooga Poplar, I am aware of the high school he went to. Incredible math and science and engineering school that produces a lot of very good basketball players, but they play in the pub. And if you're unfamiliar with the pub, it's Philadelphia Public Basketball League, and you know a lot of mouths get run in that league as Diop misses the second.
Yeah, an 80% free throw shooter on the year for Colorado. It's not normal for him to go 1 for 2 from the stripe. And
so for
looking
Poplar,
at the replay, it does look like Poplar was just talking and now sent to the bench from Coach Nardi.
Sent to the bench with his team down by 4, but it's Colorado ball as they push it up ahead. It's with Baskin. He swings opposite wing. Smith now back top of the key. Gives it up to Diop. Just missed that second free throw, but he's trying to work some back screen actions with Smith right wing. Tried to throw it down into Baskin, but it's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Wildcats. It'll remain Buffalo ball.
Colorado still looking for that sustained production on the offensive end, and those missed free throws for them are going to be key to eliminate throughout the rest of this one. You could be within a possession if you'd gone 2 for 2.
Back down low. Diop fade away. Rolls around and out. Ball loose and controlled by the Wildcats. Back the other way comes Perkins. He'll push into the offensive half. Kick it back to Longino. Now over to Dixon. Corner 3. It is no good. A little bit too long. Dumont couldn't get the touch on it, and they're going to say out of bounds. Last touch by Villanova, so it'll be Buffalo ball going back the other way with Colorado trailing by 4.
And I'm going to be overly critical of that last Buffalo's possession. I really liked the ball movement, and I liked the look down low for Diop. I did not like how he faded away on his shot. He's a guy who's 6'8". Villanova doesn't have the size down low to combat him in the lineup they have out right now. Just go straight up and give yourself a better shot.
Smith to Baskin to Ruffin. Now back to Smith on the left wing. He gives it back up. Ruffin now right wing. Gets a screen. Drives. The pick and roll option's not there, so he kicks it back out. Top of the key. Smith will try another. No good off to the right. Ball will just trickle out of bounds harmlessly. And so it'll be Wildcats possession as we head to the under 12 with 11:41 left in the first half. Villanova has 18 and Colorado has 14, and Eric Dixon is just 3 points away from breaking Villanova's program record. Don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss it. Luke Leonard, Allen Judson on Blaze Radio.
ASU are your conference champions.
Welcome to What You Talking About, the official show of the Arizona State ACHA D1 Women's Hockey Team.
Score! It's not through. Sam Murphy breaks the ice.
From big moments and big games
Score! There's a hat trick for Sydney Colton.
to breaking news and interviews.
Use one word to describe your feelings right now.
Ecstatic, honestly.
It's all covered here at 8:30 every Friday morning by team reporter Chase Beardsley and play-by-play announcer Trey Matthews as the WWCHL champions look to defend their title. So make sure to tune in to hear what we're talking about.
Hey everyone, we're Liv and Maddie.
And this is our specialty show, Out of Tune, on Blaze Radio.
Tune in on Mondays at 3 p.m. to hear us talk about our favorite music.
We talk about our favorite bands, songs, and new releases.
And we even go to cover festivals and concerts.
Yes, tune in Mondays at 3 p.m. and follow our Instagram, outoftune.blazeradio.
Or you're not cool.
Bye!
Ever wondered what the difference between a virus and bacteria is? Or how cancers are classified? Maybe you're interested in how the flu has influenced the world since the dawn of humanity. Classification. Whether you're a future medical professional or just somebody interested in disease, Disease Dissected is the radio show for you. Listen live on Sundays at 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Back with you here in Las Vegas. While there is no love in Oklahoma, there's no love for the Buffaloes from distance. They're just 1 for 5, but they trail by just 4 to the Villanova Wildcats in this one. Neither team shooting the ball particularly well from beyond the arc, but Luke Leonard and Allen Judson are here to talk you through what has been a pretty good game so far, although we really only had one team leading the entire time.
Yeah, it's been very close, and I really like the fight that Colorado has shown. Although they're 1 for 5 from downtown, I do think they've had good looks. That last shot, I'm going to be overly critical of this Colorado offense until they start hitting their shots. And he was just fading to the right and just missed that shot to the right. So something where you need to get your feet set and go straight up compared to trailing just a little bit to the right. It's a lot easier said than done, but could have been the difference between 3 points and nothing in that one shot. And on the other side, I think Villanova's had similar struggles offensively. I think they've just gotten more shots to fall. Not from beyond the arc. Both teams have just gotten one shot, but I think from inside, Eric Dixon had a tough finish on the baseline through contact where there was no whistle, but
so it'll be Wildcat ball. Brickus is going to jog it up. Coatesville, PA native, played college basketball last season at LaSalle. Gets it back with it and gets a screen from Dixon, trying to get the ball to his senior leader. Just 3 points away from the program record, but he gives it up. It's with Longino on the right wing. He's trying to get it back down to Dixon in the short corner, but Colorado denying him well. The 3 ball is no good, front iron. An attempt from Dumont, but gets back out to Brickus, and he nails one. No brick in there for Brickus as he puts one on nothing but net, and Villanova leads by 7 with 11 left.
From the logo, too. He had ball.
Tries to swing it back down to Malone, but the turnover is easily plucked out of the air by Dixon. He has the ball now. He'll pull up from 3. For the program record is no good, just a little bit strong. Rattles around, and it's back the other way with the Buffaloes. Attacking inside is Casares. He goes up, no good. Malone tries to tip around the rebound. Still loose, and it's in the hands of Villanova.
That possession was too forced by Colorado.
Brickus has it now. He's going to try to reset the offense and get a look. Top of the key. Coatesville native gets a screen from Dixon, now gets it back to Dixon. Dixon left wing. Brickus pump fakes, drive, kicks out to the corner. The three is good, nothing but net. Tyler Perkins from downtown in the Penn transfer, making his name known today in Villanova's first postseason action outside of the Big East tournament. And the drive right from Ruffin, he's guarded by Brickus. Tries to swing it down low, it's caught. Baskin doubled, still in that block, dumps it off. Diop lost it going up, and another turnover. That's 3 straight for Colorado as Villanova's going to push it back the other way. It's Brickus in the corner. Swings it back up top. Perkins just hit one, thought about it, pump fake. Dixon will try one from distance. There it is! Eric Dixon, Villanova's all-time leading scorer, passes Kerry Kittles for the most points in Wildcat history.
He's had tournament runs. He's been an All-American, second team, third team, first team All-Big East, second team All-Big East, but perhaps the most impressive thing he's done in his career, Dixon just a scorer. The 6'8" grad from around Villanova's area, stayed with his hometown school, and now will forever be a legend in the blue and white.
Dixon hailing from Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, a fantastic mall to check out there if you're ever in the area. Went to the same high school as Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts, and now has entrenched himself in Big 5 basketball history forever. And what his three-pointer did, in addition to give him the record, was it also forced a timeout from Colorado. They now trail by 13. It's been an 11-1 run for Nova. What does Colorado do to get back into this game? They just kind of look disorganized right now.
Well, first of all, I'm very thankful of that timeout by Tad Boyle because it gave us a second to talk about Dixon after he breaks the record. But it was also needed for Colorado. Villanova was on a run, 9-0 in 90 seconds. Just like that, they had taken a big lead, and now nearly a mistake on the other side. But Colorado, they just need to continue to swing the rock, and they've been forcing stuff more out of the last timeout. They have to go back to swinging the rock, and you don't have to take the first shot you see.
Casares crosses half court with the ball now. 20 to shoot for the Buffaloes. They've gotten in their offense quickly today, but slowing it down here. Diop on the left wing. He's open for three. Thought about it. Didn't take it. Gives it up. Now back up top. It's with Casares. Swings over. The wing dribble is no good. Just too strong. Ruffin thought about it, but then got his own miss off the tip. He's back with on the left wing. Couple of tween dribbles. Back down low Diop. Diop doubled immediately. Back outside. Ruffin will try one again. No good. Too strong. Loose and secured. Nice rebound by Baskin. He tries to give it up and ends up throwing it right out of bounds. And another Colorado turnover gives Villanova the ball.
I think Ruffin is forcing these shots way too much. Those were two shots that he should not have taken. The first one more excusable than the second, but the shot clock had reset for shot number 2. He had 15 seconds or so to try and get some offense going. Saw the tiniest bit of space for himself beyond the three-point line and pulled the trigger. If you're 4 for 4 from beyond the arc in the day, you can take that shot.
Poplar tries one from the elbow, but it's loose, no good, and the rebound is taken. Back come the Buffaloes the other way. It's with Casares. He crosses, heels in the MGM Grand logo. Gives it back down low. Diop's trying to back down his defender. Rather, that's Dak. Spins and floats, and it's good. Off the window.
Still another.
By the way, Dak's going to take it and trying to run in transition. For Casares, loose and controlled by Longino. He swings it back up ahead. Perkins wide open. He's got all day. No good. Short, but nobody's there. He gets his own miss. Kicks it back out. Longino swings. Dixon downtown. No. Just off the left of the rim, and neither team shooting the ball particularly well from downtown.
No, not at all. They're a combined 5 for 18. Villanova shooting close to their season average. You talked about they're the best team from downtown. They're 4 for 12. They're the best team from downtown in the country. They shoot 39.8%. Colorado just shooting 1 for 7 from beyond the arc. They average just a hair under 33%.
Dixon's already put up 5 threes. Puts up a lot of shots and isn't scoring a lot of points, but Dak now has it, driving middle. Stops, turns around, floats it up, and it's too strong. Loose and controlled. Nice rebound by Yamovsky. Back up top. Now swings in the corner. Dak thought about it and then tries it from 3. No good. Short. And the rebound is secured by Perkins. Here come the Wildcats. Across the timeline, now into the offensive half. Brickus, guarded by Yamovsky. Drives, step back, hesitates, drives again. Loses the ball, and it's secured. Here comes Casares. Casares back the other way. Hesitates, and then he loses it. Two teams playing hot potato with the orange right now. But Brickus is going to slow things down. It's kind of, what Coach Mike Nardi would come to expect from his 5th-year point guard. Brickus now drives, steps back downtown, no good, too strong.
I don't like that shot either, Luke.
Yakimovsky brings it up in the transition for the Buffaloes. They're looking for options. They get it back.
They push the ball downtown, and instead of trying to force a fadeaway hook shot, they swing it up top wide open for an effective three-point shooter. All the right formula for 3 points.
27-19 Villanova, 6:45 left in this one. Brickus swings to the corner. Poplar long two, it's good. So Villanova gets a bucket back and extends their lead to 10, but here come the Buffaloes trying to answer. Dak, top of the key, gives over to Smith. He gets a screen. Swings it back outside. It's Carrington. Now back up top around the horn. Yakimovsky left wing. Over to the right wing. A triple from Casares is good. Back-to-back string music.
Well, we talked yesterday while Utah and Butler playing about regression to the mean. It's about time Colorado regresses to the mean and starts going up towards their three-point shooting average, and they've started to get those shots and hit the open ones.
Casares guarding Brickus as the senior point guard gets a screen, gives it back up top. Poplar, a couple of tweens and a hezzy dribble. He'll step back. Tough fadeaway is good. That's a bucket getter right there. Smith pushes the ball in transition, flips it back behind him. Dak tries the same move that Poplar just did. He's going to not put the shot up, though. Gives it back. Yakimovsky, guarded by Akaye. Couple of hesitations. Step back triple, no good. Hit off the heel. And the rebound is pushed the other way by Perkins. He gives it up. Back with Poplar. Got the hot hand. Hesitation dribble. Now another long two. Water.
Bucket getter. I think you put it perfectly. He's hitting shots.
Up ahead quickly in transitions with Dak. His layup is no good. And another rushed attempt for Colorado results in an empty trip. Brickus back the other way. Nova going for this kill shot run early. They lead by 11 with 5:20 left in the first half. It's with Poplar again. He's hit two in a row. Gets Dax on the switch. Drives. Goes up the layup. Blocked off the backboard. They're going to say goaltending.
And we were 3 minutes past the under 8 timeout before they finally got a chance to take a break and call it.
Two teams just trading buckets, but with 5:10 left in the first half, we'll finally take you to commercial. Villanova 35, Colorado 22. Luke Leather, Alan Judson on Blaze Radio. Don't go anywhere.
Do you like Philadelphia sports?
Do you think Tanner McKee is the best third-string quarterback in the NFL?
Does Nate Gary bring up bad memories?
Is the Philly Fanatic the best mascot in sports?
Then you should tune in to Philly Out West on Blaze Radio, the show about all things Philly sports based in Phoenix.
Jack Hartsonis and Charlie Limoncelli cover all the details of Philadelphia sports every Thursday night at 8 p.m. MST.
That's Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, and all the latest Philly news and culture.
We're bringing Philly to the desert.
Yo, flex on them. Hey everyone, we're Liv and Maddie.
We talk us. Tune in Monday. Bye.
NBA, NFL, WNBA, MLB, NHL, college basketball, college football, Premier League, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports coverage, tune into the Breakdown After Dark, Thursdays from 10:30 to 11:30.
Ben Parent. Why is airport security so inconsistent? That's the main point of today's episode. Tune in to the final semester of the Ben Parrish Show, Mondays at 10:30 a.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Are you an avid moviegoer?
Maybe you just like sitting down with your family and friends to watch a movie.
Then we are the perfect show for you.
We are the Cinesnobs. I'm your host, Ryan, in film news.
A fourth seat associated every Monday.
Today, your hosts, Alyssa Rea, Franco Mitre, and Angel Garcia will be taking you inside of the evidence room to take a closer look into some of Arizona's most notorious true crime cases. Join us for a new disturbing case each week as we go over facts and discuss our own thoughts. 11 p.m. only on blazeradio.com.
Back with you here in the Sin City, Luke Lendler, Alan Judson, Collins. Run over the last 52 seconds. They've made 4-4, and they first forced 6 turnovers on Colorado's half, and they're as a look back down low, but the pass is picked off and pushed the other way. That's a nice play by Carrington. And back the other way comes Casares. He's top of the key. Trying to play out his options. Still controlling possession. Now angles his drive left. Stops, turns around. Dak down low, looking for Carrington. They're going to say he was grabbed by Perkins, so it'll be a foul. Villanova's just their third foul of the half. They've played very disciplined defense and offense both ways, Alan Judson.
Yeah, and both of these teams have taken a combined 4 free throws, and Colorado took their 2 due to a technical foul. So it's been a lot of disciplined basketball, as you mentioned. 4 combined fouls between these two teams.
So Colorado's going to inbound it. They get it to Diop on the right wing. Now work it around the horn. Back to Yakimovsky, top of the key. He swings over to Smith. A retreat dribble. Back up Yakimovsky, right wing. Tries to get it down low, and he does. With Malone, couple of shoulders. Pump fakes, thinks about it. Now back out to the perimeter, Casares. Casares, corner. Diop for 3. No, short. And the rebound is controlled and pushed the other way by Poplar. Hugo Poplar gives it up. Jameer Brickus has it now, and they're going to look right back there to Dixon in the short corner, right where he likes to work. Double hasn't come yet. Drives middle, pump fakes, gets the defender in the air, and calmly knocks down the 8-footer.
That's why he's the top scorer in Villanova history. That was a beautiful offensive possession and a beautiful one-man show.
Now it's with Smith. Gives over to Diop. Diop hands it off. Casares gets a screen for Malone. Hangs his drive left, but loses the ball, and pushing the other way comes Poplar. Poplar's one-on-one, stops, hesitates, goes up, and the layup is good. No foul. Poplar one-on-one, but didn't get one, then shows his bench a little bit of flex, tell him how strong he is. Casares will push the ball. Colorado, a victim of a 10-0 Wildcat run right now. It's with Yakimovsky. Swings over to Casares, left wing. 16 to shoot, 3:15 left in the half, and Colorado trails by 17. It's Diop. He gives it over, and his pass is off the hands of Smith and back the other way for what is the 8th turnover of the game, and that will take us to the under 4. What happens when you get, 4 great straight minutes of basketball is you get 2 quick TV timeouts back-to-back. So with 3:08 left in the first half, Villanova leads Colorado 39-22. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You Throw Like a Girl.
A show by girls for everyone.
Hosted by Madison Holder
and Ella Walter-Sanchez. We aim to shed light on women in sports and media, highlighting every aspect of the sports world from the female perspective and beyond.
Tune in for a variety of episodes featuring guests, Q&As, and just basic sports coverage.
Tune in Thursdays at 10 a.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com every week to hear our show.
Follow us on Instagram at youthrowlikeagirl.pod to find us on more platforms.
ASU are your conference champions.
Welcome to What You Talking About, the official show of the Arizona State ACHA D1 Women's Hockey.
Nice.
From big moments and big games
There's the hat trick for Sydney Colton.
to breaking news and interviews.
Use one word to describe your feelings right now.
Ecstatic, honestly.
It's all covered here at 8:30 every Friday morning by team reporter Chase Beardsley and play-by-play announcer Trey Matthews as the WWCHL champions look to defend their titles.
Out. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Find out if your favorite sports movie is a hit
Or a flop.
Remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime and the Bud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl?
Listen live on Fridays at 8 p.m. Arizona time on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
I'll go out there and take it.
Hello, and welcome to Queen of the Court. Here, we pride ourselves on a super laid-back, low-stakes environment.
Boston will hoist.
Where everyone gets along.
Oh, it's getting chippy.
Live on Blaze Radio since 2022.
Back to back.
Because here, basketball matters.
Beautiful pass and a good catch and finish.
And if you love
Thomas with the spin move.
basketball,
Unforgettable finish.
then tune in to Blaze Radio Tuesdays at 10 a.m.
Both teams out of their huddles and onto the court, and we are back on Blaze Radio airwaves. Luke Leather and Alan Judson here, talking to you from the Sin City and the college basketball crown. Villanova 39, Colorado 22. With 3:08 left in the first half, Villanova on a tear recently.
Yeah, and the Wildcats, as you mentioned, a 10-0 run in just under 3 minutes. They've started to find their stroke. They've started to find good shots, and they've started to hit those shots. And that's given them a 17-point lead, 17 minutes into this one.
So Dixon will inbound. It'll be with Brickus. He's played 14 minutes so far in this one. And he brings it across half court and tries to initiate the offense for the Wildcats. A couple off-ball screens. But he gets it over to Dixon on that right wing. Dixon pump fakes, drives, steps back, and gives it back. So Brickus now with 12 to shoot, gets a top of the key screen. He's blitzed off of it. Couple step back hesitation moves, 9 to shoot, flings it back down low. It's immediately swarmed as Boyake kicks it back out. Dixon thought about it. Now from the logo, Brickus will launch. Boom! Rattles on home, and Jameer Brickus holds the follow through, and Villanova's feeling good, up 20 with 2:30 left in the first half.
Poplar had his hands to the sky the second that left Brickus' hands. He knew that was going in.
Feels like anything they touch is gold right now on Villanova. Now back the other way. Yakimovsky drives, cut off. Nice piece of defending there from Poplar. Now the baseline floater rolls home. Good piece of offense from Casares. And the Buffs bring that deficit back down to 18. But Brickus, he's going to launch again from distance. No, this one was short. That was definitely a heat check.
Yeah, that's a heat check, but you're up 18 with 2 minutes left in the first half, and you deserve to take that one.
Casares swings it over. Yakimovsky gets a screen now back up top. Malone. He goes down low for Diop, but he misses the flush. But enough contact registered a foul. So we're going to see Asane Diop go to the line.
These are just going to be free throws 3 and 4 for Colorado today. They're 1 and 2 thus far. Those ones being taken by Diop.
Pretty quick game we're getting here. These two teams just not fouling each other a lot, letting the game flow. And I mean, you want to talk about when you get into a rhythm, into a flow state. Jameer Brickus, I mean, there was no hesitation. 5 seconds in the shot clock, he pulled that from almost the middle of the logo.
Yeah, that's not the best shot there, but again, you're up 18, and you've kind of earned yourself a heat check, and so nothing that Coach Nardi can be too upset about when you head back to the bench, because your goal is to play Tulane or USC on Thursday, and you're well on your way to that. In the first half, we still got plenty of basketball left to play.
Diop hits both, and so Colorado trails by 16 with 1:45 left in the first half as Brickus brings the ball up, initiates the offense, and gets it over to Perkins. Now gets it back Brickus, right wing. The baseline flex screen gets it to Dixon. He's operating that short corner. Steps back from the corner. No, too strong. Loose rebound secured. Yakimovsky comes down with it, and here come the Buffaloes. Up ahead, it's with Smith. Gets a screen from Yakimovsky. Now swings back to the corner to the Macedonian. Yakimovsky drives. Layup blocked. Rejected off the glass, and Villanova comes back the other way. Brickus will pass it off. Now gets it back from Dixon. Wide open in the corner. No good. Short. Rebound secured by the Wildcats. Nice play there by Boyake. He's going to try to back down Malone and go up with the hook. In and out, no.
I just want everyone to know that the block on the other side broke the shot clock for a second. It was just off.
Smith drives. Now steps back, pulls up from the edge of the paint, and it rolls home and drops in. So Colorado, you know, they were down 20. They've got 6 straight points here. Villanova 0 for their last 4s. We're inside of 45 seconds in the half, but Brickus drives, steps back, kicks it back out. Dixon, his jab, step, and drive, gets to the cup, goes up, and one.
That's a way to snap an 0 for 4 streak.
That is a man's layup. Eats the contact and drops it home. And so, you know, that little mini run Colorado was putting together almost fully snuffed out by a Dixon attack.
Now an and one opportunity and a chance to slow this game down, something that I think both teams will take right now as they approach the final moments of this first half.
Eric Dixon will get to the line earlier in the half. Became Villanova's all-time leading scorer, passing longtime NBA player Kerry Kittles for the spot. Free throw rolls home, and the Wildcats lead by 17. They continue to extend their lead. We're inside of 40 seconds here in the first half. Villanova still employing that press, but Yakimovsky is able to break it. Now has it on the left wing. He'll go back up top to Ruffin. Ruffin with his heels on the logo, gets a screen from Malone, drives left and pulls up, trying to go 2 for 1, and he splashed it, but he wasn't able to pull off the maneuver for 2 for 1. So now we're 20 seconds left, and Villanova's up by 15. Brickus gets it across half court, and Mike Nardi has a use it or lose it timeout that he will certainly use instead of lose. So the two teams are going to talk it over, and we're going to talk it over here. Don't go away. We'll be right back with you on Blaze Radio.
7 seconds to go. Three-pointer. Hutchins! Double order!
Want to stay wrapped up in the madness of March all year round? Tune into Onions on Blaze Radio from 7 to 8 p.m., hosted by Luke Lendler and Christian Jarmark, where we break down everything in college basketball, from the biggest players, the biggest games, and the biggest moments, to the small schools making the Cinderella runs that you won't want to miss. Tune in Monday, 7 to 8 on Blaze Radio.
Onions with a kiss!
Are you looking to discover new music? You found the right place. My name is Aurelie Rodriguez, host of Static Buzz, where I explore all kinds of music. Join me every Friday at 3 on Static Buzz at blazeradioonline.com. See you then.
You're listening to Arizona State Student Radio.
Surveys, throws right side wide open and sending up right basket of Tyson. Touchdown, Devils!
Back with you here in the Sin City, 17.4 left in the first half, and Villanova's going to have the last shot. The shot clock's turned off, and so Brickus gets the inbound and just stands holding the ball and directing traffic with his offhand. Swings it back up top. Dumont now back down low. Dixon has an option in the corner. He gets it to, and the three ball from Perkins is no good, too long. Clock rolls down, and the half-court shot is not off in time. So Colorado will go to the locker room trailing by 15, but the story of the first half, Eric Dixon and Wooga Poplar lead the way for the Wildcats. Poplar's got 16, Dixon's got 13, and the program record for points in a career. What does Colorado have to do, Alan Judson, to come out of this locker room and make this competitive down the stretch?
Well, pregame, I said you have to stop everybody else and make Dixon beat you, and I still think that's true. Poplar has 16 points in the first half. He's 8 for 10. Every shot is coming from inside the arc, and he's making almost all of them. He's led this Villanova team, and you have to make Dixon beat you. You do not want it to be a two-man, three-man show because you know Eric Dixon is going to score. So if you can shut down the other four guys on the court, that's going to be your path to victory if you're Colorado. And I do think they did a good job bringing the deficit back down to 15. Obviously, they had opportunities towards the end to maybe hit a big three, get a big and one that they couldn't convert on, but 15 is manageable. Not great, not ideal, but it's manageable. I also really like how they didn't foul. Neither team has anybody in foul trouble. Poplar does have 2 and a technical, but Colorado took 1 foul. Got that 2 fouls in the first half. Villanova had 4. So these teams will have everybody that they need for the remainder of the game. For Colorado, you just have to be smart in the last 20 minutes.
A disciplined game contact-wise for both teams, but Nova, the stronger of the two. The Wildcats lead by 15, and we're going to go to halftime. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you in just a moment.
Do you ever wonder what the backstory is behind some of your favorite songs? Where do artists get their inspiration from? Hi, my name is Nicole Lahendro.
And I'm Brooklyn Cohen, and welcome to Inspired. On Inspired, we will be sharing some of the fun facts behind the famous songs you know and love.
Tune into Inspired on Blaze Radio every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Arizona time as we break down the inspiration behind the iconic tracks.
Get inspired!
Are you an avid moviegoer?
Maybe you just like sitting down with your family and friends to watch a movie.
Then we are the perfect show for you.
We are the Cinesnobs. I'm your host, Ryan Brown, followed by my co-host,
Noah Singson, and from the latest blockbusters to Golden Age classics, we cover it all.
Join us every Friday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. where we cover the latest in film news.
Ladies
and gentlemen,
we are proud to bring you the first season of the Scouting Session.
You've all heard about the superstars in sports.
You know the legends like Ruth, Gretzky, and Earnhardt, but this show takes you down that ladder.
The Scouting Session highlights the young, up-and-coming athletes from across the nation and beyond.
From motorsports to hockey and everything in between, we'll shine the spotlight on the stars of tomorrow.
Tune in Wednesdays at 2:30 p.m. Arizona time on Blaze Radio.
Or find our full podcast on YouTube at West Coast Sports News.
See you there.
Ever wondered what the difference between a virus and bacteria is? Or how cancers are classified? Maybe you're interested in how the flu has influenced the world since the dawn of humanity. You can find out about all of this and more on Disease Dissected. My name is Paige McKenna, and every Sunday at 4 p.m. I'll be covering a new disease. The causes, symptoms, treatments, historical significance, and classification. Whether you're a future medical professional or just somebody interested in disease, Disease Dissected is the radio show for you. Listen live on Sundays at 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Even though it's the NFL offseason, that doesn't mean that the fantasy football world stops spinning.
So we've got you covered here at the Fantasy Football Forecast on Blaze Radio.
I'm Jacob Brooks, that's Isaac Robertson, and the two of us will have you covered with all of our fantasy analysis from free agency, the draft, and more.
We'll have a ton of different rankings and fantasy takeaways to break down for you, so you aren't going to miss out.
So be sure to tune in to the Fantasy Football Forecast Wednesday nights from 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Arizona time on Blaze Radio.
Hello, and welcome to Queen of the Court. Here, we pride ourselves on a super laid-back, low-stakes environment.
Boston will hoist.
Where everyone gets along.
Oh, it's getting chippy.
Live on Blaze Radio since 2022.
Back to back.
Because here, basketball matters.
Beautiful pass and a good catch and finish.
And if you love
Thomas with the spin move.
Basketball,
Unforgettable finish.
Then tune in to Blaze Radio Tuesdays at 10 a.m.
Basketball's fun.
Are you looking for a weekly recap on what happened in the wild world of sports every single week? Well, tune in Tuesdays at noon to East Coast Bias. In our 4th year here on Blaze Radio, tune in to hear all sports, not just baseball, basketball, hockey, and football, but everything from around the globe that includes a ball or a puck. Hosted by yours truly, Dylan Pescator, Tuesdays at noon, East Coast Bias.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder,
why do you root for that sorry excuse for a sports team?
Join Parker Perrell and a weekly guest as they discuss why people root for certain sports teams. Because we all have that one friend who likes to be difficult and picks a team to root for like the Dodgers. I mean, come on, it's the Dodgers. Anyways, make sure to tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Arizona time on BlazeRadioOnline.com to find out
why them.
Where faith meets self-discovery.
And culture collides with the modern world.
We've had real conversations with people like you.
Exploring religion, identity, and the search for meaning.
Don't miss it. Be a part of the conversation.
Be a Little Unorthodox, every Sunday at 11 a.m.
With Emily and Abe.
Hello, friends. Is golf your groove? Then boy, do we have a show for you. Join Peter Bishop, Ian Lonergan, and Owen Castle every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com for your latest golf news.
Forks Up Sun Devils. Join me, Chris Town, as I scour the entirety of ASU to find the heroes who do it all. The unsung who brave the challenges to make our university at the top. Let's bring the spotlight to those who do the most and see how they do it all. Join me for the Unsung Heroes of ASU, live every Thursday at 3 p.m. only on Blaze Radio.
ASU are your conference champions.
Welcome to What You Talking About, the official show of the Arizona State ACHA D1 Women's Hockey Team.
Score! It's not through. Sam Murphy breaks the ice.
From big moments and big games.
Score! There's the hat trick for Sydney Colton.
To breaking news and interviews.
What? Use one word to describe your feelings right now.
Ecstatic, honestly.
It's all covered here at 8:30 every Friday morning by team reporter Chase Beardsley and play-by-play announcer Trey Matthews as the WWCHL champions look to defend their title. So make sure to tune in to hear what we're talking about.
7 seconds to go. Three-pointer. Double order.
Want to stay wrapped up in the madness of March all year round? Tune into Onions on Blaze Radio from 7 to 8 p.m., hosted by Luke Lendler and Christian Jarmark, where we break down everything in college basketball, from the biggest players, the biggest games, and the biggest moments, to the small schools making the Cinderella runs that you won't want to miss. Tune in Monday, 7 to 8 on Blaze Radio.
Have you heard the news? Flopstar is back for a 4th season. If you are interested in movie and TV reviews, music reviews, sports talk, or other associated fun things and complaints, consider listening to Flopstar here on Blaze Radio on blazeradioonline.com every Monday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m.
Hey everyone, we're Liv and Maddie.
And this is our specialty show, Out of Tune, on Blaze Radio.
Tune in on Mondays at 3 p.m. to hear us talk about our favorite music.
We talk about our favorite bands, songs, and new releases.
And we even go to cover festivals and concerts.
Yes, tune in Mondays at 3 p.m. and follow our Instagram, outoftune.blazeradio.
Or you're not cool. Bye!
Every True Crime Tuesday, your hosts, Alyssa Rea, Franco Mitre, and Angel Garcia will be taking you inside of the evidence room to take a closer look into some of Arizona's most notorious true crime cases. Join us for a new disturbing case each week as we go over facts and discuss our own thoughts about the cases in chilling detail. You won't want to miss an episode of the evidence room every Tuesday from 10:30 to 11 p.m. only on blazeradio.com.
All right. Here we go, guys and gals. And boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, drivers.
Race to blazeradioonline.com every Tuesday at 9:30 Arizona time for an hour of motorsports madness.
Join myself, Andrew Hazlett, and my co-host Ethan Ignatowski for the Loose Wheel Show. We'll tell you everything you need to know for the upcoming race week.
From news to predictions, we have you covered. So make sure to tune in.
You like hoops? I know I do. And with the NBA season starting, there's no better place for basketball content than To The Baja Podcast. Join the host Isai Romero, Ronan Haycoop, and Ryan Myers through the world of basketball. From college hoops, the NBA, and the WNBA, we got you covered and more, with in-depth analysis and entertaining basketball content with new segments and topics every single week. Listen live, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Blaze Radio or blazeradioonline.com, and find us on Spotify and X at To The Baja Pod.
Stop being friends with people who don't benefit you.
So that man intimidates you that much that you're gonna let him disrespect that entire body of people that support you.
Hey guys! Welcome back to the Black Print Podcast. My name is Blessing Frazier.
And I'm Serenity Reynolds, and this semester we're officially live on Blaze Radio.
If you're interested in culture, entertainment, college life, or more, then the Black Print is the perfect fit for you.
You can find us weekly on Spotify or live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Bye!
Ciao!
It's time for the Beatdown on Blaze Radio from 2 to 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday afternoons. Seth Golefsky and Willem Marietta take a deep dive into the ever-changing landscape of the UFC. We are talking tactics, breaking down the biggest fights, and giving you the scoop on what's next in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Whether you are a diehard fan or new to the fight game, we've got something for you, only on the Beatdown on Blaze Radio.
Hi, I'm Landon.
And I'm Bella.
And welcome to Albumsplain.
Every week we'll be dissecting and discussing one of our favorite albums.
From No Doubt to Claro, tune in to hear us chat about our favorite thing, music. Tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. on Blaze Radio Online.
Or listen on your favorite podcast streaming service.
See you soon.
See ya!
Sitting in traffic, bored of listening to the same artist on repeat? Tune in to Alternative Route instead. The music show on Blaze Radio that talks about a Latin artist or band every week that is making music in the indie and or alternative rock genres. Join DJ Mavette for the second season of Alternative Route as she breaks down these artists' innovations and analyzes their songs in order to understand their craft better. Take the Alternative Route every Tuesday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. live on Blaze Radio and blazeradioonline.com.
Grab your mates and join us for the finest sports show on Blaze Radio, The Irish Hello.
With the wisdom of the Irish duo, you'll have the knowledge of old pals at the pub, sharing each and every moment.
Join Aidan O'Neill and Shay Maloney every Wednesday night from 8:30 to 9:30 for breakdowns of sports news across the world as a pot of gold awaits.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Blaze Radio, the hottest news source in the Valley. I'm your host, Pedro Rojo. Breaking news coming from Chandler tonight as mosh pits are being reported. Rave Revs have arrived at the scene to bring order. Our reporter Pablo is live with more information.
AJ Gonzalez, sit back and relax as we take you on a 30-minute adventure giving you all the updates from the Northeast.
From sports to politics to the biggest trends.
We got you.
Be sure to listen on BlazeRadioOnline.com. What days are we on, AJ?
Every Tuesday.
That's right. So listen in.
We'll know if you don't listen.
Don't miss out on the hottest growing show on Blaze.
Tune in every Tuesday night only on Blaze Radio for the Northeast Corridor.
You're listening to Arizona State Student Radio.
Surveys, throws right side wide open and sending a bread basket of Tyson. Touchdown Devils!
This is KASC Blaze Radio. BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Luke Lendler, Alan Judson coming to you after a conclusion of a halftime that was scored by Uptown Funk. Well, Colorado, they're in a downtown funk. They're 3 from 13 from beyond the arc right now, and they trail by 15 points to the Villanova Wildcats, who have just dominated this game in a lot of facets. So heading into the second half, Tad Boyle's in his 15th season at Colorado. I'm sure he's had plenty of experience talking to his guys in the locker room. But how do you really set up this Buffaloes team to come back if you're Coach Boyle?
I think you just have to tell them to have confidence in themselves because you can't lose it. If you don't have confidence coming into the second half, you're not going to win the second half. And they've gotten good looks. They have taken some pretty bad looks at times, but they have gotten good looks that just haven't fallen, and they pulled themselves back within 15, and that's a good start. Every mountain starts with a hill. You have to get yourself started before you can find that momentum, and Colorado, I think, got themselves on the way in the second half, in the end of that first half, and now they've got 20 minutes to outscore the Wildcats by 15.
20 minutes standing between the Buffalo and the end of their season, their first year back in the Big 12 after a hiatus and a handful of years in the Pac-12. Villanova, meanwhile, they're entering a new era of their own, but right now they're clinging on to what remains. Eric Dixon is what could be his last game if they lose it. Right now it's looking like it might not be. But he's had a historic career. Just broke the all-time scoring record for a Villanova athlete. Mike Nardi in his first, and at least in our view, probably only run as the head coach of the Villanova Wildcats. He is soon to be replaced by Kevin Willard, hired from Maryland on Saturday. But these two teams are set to do battle here in the last 20 minutes of the 7th game of the first round of the inaugural Crown College basketball tournament in Las Vegas. Everybody involved vying for $300,000 for their program. The runner-up gets $100K, and each semifinalist gets $50,000. As the teams line up, Villanova clad in their all-white, Colorado in black from head to toe with accents of gold. And the referee blows his whistle. The ball is inbounded, and we're off and running in the second half here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. The Buffaloes will get it to start. It's on the left wing with Casares. He gets a screen from Dak, still rolling around the perimeter, and swings it back over to Smith. R.J. Smith trying to look it down low to Dak, but no options there. Pumps and gets it back up top. Malone will try the long two, and it goes smoothly for the Colorado senior. So there's 2 points over the Buffaloes to begin the half. They trail by 13.
And now they're starting to pick up a press on the defensive side.
Brickus with it. 5th-year point guard for Villanova in his first year with the Wildcats after spending his entire collegiate career at LaSalle University in North Philadelphia. Took the trip out to the suburbs to play for Kyle Neptune and now Mike Nardi. But he tries to feed it down low to Dixon on the elbow, and he does successfully. Eric Dixon swings to the corner. The 3-ball from Poplar off the front iron, off the backboard, and controlled by Colorado. They come back the other way after getting a stop. Smith with a tween cross. He goes to the basket. Cut off by Brickus. Now feeds it back down low to Dak. He's got Dixon on him. He goes up and under and misses. Doesn't even get the rim or the backboard
wanted a call, and so did head coach Tad Boyle, but they're not going to get it. Brickus now drives. He swings. Poplar again. No good. Short again, but the rebound is secured by the Wildcats, and it's in the hands of Brickus. He swings it over. Now the 3-ball from Longino is water.
So that whole offensive possession from Villanova happened because of the poor shot on the other end. Sometimes defense turns to offense, and other times poor offense turns to poor defense.
Casares gives it up. It's with Dak now. He's on the right wing. It's initially poked away by Dixon, but Dak gets it back. 16 to shoot for the Buffaloes. He gets to Yakimovsky, who swings it back over to Casares in the corner now. Malone looking for options. The big guy not very deft at the perimeter, but he gets it down low to Dak. One dribble. Dak spins back into a double team, then goes up, and it's blocked. Nice piece of defending there. That was Boyake. And it's with Brickus, who pushes it up the court and is going to survey his options. Gets a screen from Dixon. Now drives right, flips it back to Dixon before Dixon pitches to the corner and sets a down screen. Driving to the basket is Longino. He'll turn and pop, and it's no good, just a bit long. As Yakimovsky goes up for the rebound, but is fouled while coming down with the ball.
It's back-to-back poor shots by Dak, and it may be harsh, but if I'm Boyle, I need somebody off the bench to come in for him because it was a bad reverse layup attempt, and then even worse, double-teamed reverse fadeaway shot with 15 on the shot clock. That cannot be your shot down 16.
Smith now attacks. He swings it over. The 3-ball from Casares, no good, too strong. Rebound loose, tipped around, and it'll be Buffalo's ball. Colorado bench not liking that call very much, but you mentioned potentially benching Dak, but it's difficult for Colorado. They're shorthanded today. Starting point guard Julian Hamm in the third, their leading scorer this year, not playing in this game because of a back injury. So forced to try to make something out of a unit that doesn't often play, but we're going to see a zone look from them. As here on the wing, it is Longino. He gets it down in the corner to Dixon. This is where he likes to operate. He's guarded by Yakimovsky. Drives, passes out of the team to the opposite corner, dumped off. And a 1-pound dribble, a couple pump fakes, and it's blocked. Dak, nice move. Now swings, corner, Dixon for 3. Boom.
That's just unfortunate for Colorado. That was a good defensive stand, and then the ball just bounces the wrong way and gives the Wildcats a big triple.
Wildcats lead by 19 with 17 minutes left in this one. It's with Smith now on the right wing. Gets a screen from Dak. Dixon switched on to him now. Smith, Hezzy pulls into a 3, too strong, and the rebound is secured by Boyake. The Wildcats go back down the other way. Brickus gets a screen from Dixon. Works around it, drives left, takes a pound dribble, still surveying his options. Screen from Boyake, Brickus swings it. Dixon pump fakes, drives, and they're going to say he was fouled on a hand check. Referees already calling just as many fouls on Colorado as they had in the first half. This is their second of the second frame.
Smith just too handsy going out to close out. Got with the pump fake and then wasn't able to recover.
Villanova's to inbound. Brickus with it now. Just standing on the edge of the logo where he hit a 3 from earlier in this one in the first half. Not afraid to launch from long range. Leads his team in three-point field goal percentage, shooting nearly 40% in the year, but he lost it down low. It's with Boyake. He's guarded by Malone. Puts his shoulder into Malone, but he loses the ball on the way in. And Colorado forces a turnover. Back the other way comes Casares. He drives, now stops. He's cut off nicely by Brickus. Up top, 3-ball Malone. Good.
That could be a big shot for the Buffaloes. They're back within 16. The beauty of the three-point shot puts you right back in.
We've crossed the 16-minute threshold. Next stoppage leads us to a timeout as Colorado trying to match up in a 2-3 zone, seemingly. Brickus with it now, gets a screen. Now pulls it back out and swings to the corner.
They're playing a very aggressive zone.
It's with Poplar. Back down low to Boyake, and he's fouled going up. So no layup, but 2 shots coming for the Wildcats, and a commercial break coming for us with 15:45 left in this one. Villanova 51, Colorado 35 here in Las Vegas.
All right. Here we go, guys and gals. And boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, drivers.
Race to BlazeRadioOnline.com every Tuesday at 9:30 Arizona time for an hour of motorsports madness.
Join myself, Andrew Hazlett, and my co-host Ethan Ignatowski for the Loose Wheel Show. We'll tell you everything you need to know for the upcoming race week.
From news to predictions, we have you covered, so make sure to tune in.
It's time for the Beatdown on Blaze Radio from 2 to 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday afternoons. Seth Golefsky and Willem Marietta take a deep dive into the ever-changing landscape of the UFC.
We are talking tactics, breaking down the biggest fights, and giving you the scoop on what's next in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Whether you are a diehard fan or new to the fight game, we've got something for you. Only on The Beatdown on Blaze Radio.
Welcome to your favorite show where everything is untitled, unscripted, and unhinged.
Us Podsmiths and Yes Podsmiths are what professional podcasters are called. Let's just say we're your favorite Podsmiths.
On our show, we discuss a variety of different topics and segments, from the latest news to your favorite tunes.
And it's not just us. Every week we bring in a special guest to shake things up.
So join me, CJ Stevenson,
and me, Kate Nakamura, every Monday at 4:30 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Luke Lundler, Alan Judson, Las Vegas, Nevada, MGM Grand Garden Arena, Colorado, Villanova, 35-51. And the Buffaloes needed some help right now, trailing by 16 at the under 16. There's 15:45 left in this one. And the team that once trailed by as many as 20 is, you couldn't say clawed it back, but they've played Villanova pretty even since facing their biggest deficit of the half. Still, the Wildcats in total control.
Yeah, it's been the three-point shot for Colorado that has killed them, but could also be their savior. 4 for 16 on the day, and those are the shots you have to make if you want to claw your way back. So continue to look for those open shots, take those open shots, and have confidence in your stroke from beyond the arc, and that's what's going to get you back in this game.
Eric Dixon set the program record for career points as a Wildcat in the first half. He has 16 on the night. He's matched by Wooga Poplar, also with 16 outside of that. Longino's got 7. Brickus has 6. Uncharacteristically poor shooting night from downtown for Jameer Brickus. On the Colorado side, it's been a melange, a little bit of everything. But right now, Elijah Malone has got the most points. He's showing a little bit of an outside shooting touch we haven't seen from him all year.
Yeah, he's not just taking three-point shots. He's also being willing to take shots from just a long range in two-point. And as long as you're making them, you can keep taking them. And Malone has been the best player and is the leading scorer for Colorado today.
Now Enoch Boyake at the line. Native of Brampton, Ontario, misses the first. He actually spent some time. So he transferred to Nova from Fresno State, but before that spent some time at Arizona State playing under coach Bobby Hurley.
Yeah, they had their season end yesterday to the hands of the Cornhuskers.
As Boyake makes the second. So he's up to 4 points on the day. And Nova's lead is up to 17 as the Buffaloes push the ball back in transition. It's with Yakimovsky. Macedonian native gives it up. Back in the hands, this time Casares. Casares right wing, now top of the key. Oh, I tried to throw it down, but Malone just threw it right to the other team. All white shirts there, and Dixon swallows up the pass. Brickus back the other way. Screen from Dixon. Now Brickus drives on the right wing, pulls it back out and pushes to the left side, trying to direct traffic and isolate Dixon. Dixon gets it in the short corners where he likes it, drives and kicks. Nice pass, top of the key, Poplar 3. No good, off to the right. And Dak tries to get the rebound, but it's poked away in the last second. It'll remain Colorado ball. It'll remain Colorado ball. It would have remained Colorado ball had he secured the rebound. Poked away at the last second by a Villanova player, but went out of bounds. So Colorado will have possession regardless. As Casares pushes up and swings over to Dak, Villanova still employing some high ball pressure. They swing it corner Smith. He thought about the 3 but hesitated. Gives it back up to the right wing, back down low to Dak, and they're going to say he was fouled going for the ball. The 5'11" Brickus just trying to play with the trees a little bit and get up high. Committed a foul on Dak.
I don't necessarily like what I've seen from Dak today. He's 1 for 8, 0 for 2 from the field. I don't know why Colorado's trying everything they can to run their offense through him. It's a mystery to me why they're going to him at 1 for 8 on the day.
Missing their leading scorer today due to a back injury. Trying to see what they get out of Dak, I'm sure, as he now has it on the low block. Tries to float it up and over Dixon. It's no good. Back heel. So in the other direction comes Longino and the Wildcats. He'll get the screen from Dixon. Now swings it over left wing. Eric Dixon drives, steps back, is cut off, but goes again. Attacks on the block and then loses the ball out of bounds off his knee. And Colorado will go the other way with it.
So Diop's checking in. We're going to see who he's coming in for.
He's going to get Malone, who's been wildly effective today. I think it's no stretch to say he's been Colorado's best player. He's got 11 points, 5 for 5 from the field, 1 for 1 from three-point land. Got a pair of long twos. But Colorado breaks the press and gets it into the offensive half. It's with Smith. He tosses it back. Casares now kicks to the corner. Yakimovsky for three. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Last touch by Villanova. It'll stay with the Buffs. As Yakimovsky trying to direct Dak and Diop to set perhaps better baseline screens for him to get a little bit more separation. But nonetheless, a block jump shot is a block jump shot. But the inbound gets to Dak, and he'll swing it over to Casares. Casares on the right wing, lost it in the air. They're going to say he traveled because he lost it, brought it back, and then came down with it. So another turnover for Colorado. They're up to 10 on the day.
Yeah, they had 8 in the first half, but to get to 10 with 15 minutes left in the game, that's too many.
Colorado going to employ a press here. Villanova taking their time, maybe running out of time. They got 2 seconds to get it across half court, and they do at the last second. Swung into the corner now. It's with Poplar. Couple jab steps. He was feeling it from 2 in the first half. Steps back, long baseline 2, rolls around. That was the kind of shot that was going for him in the first period. Doesn't fall here. Now swing to the corner on the wing. The 3 from Dak. It's good, and he makes his first three-pointer of the day. Big shot for Dak, trying to find himself in a rhythm. Colorado trails by 14 with 13:40 left in this one. Now into the corner. It's with Perkins. Back up top. Longino. Colorado playing a matchup zone of sorts. Is with Longino. He steps into a long 2, but then gives it up in a jam. The one-handed flush, reach up, touch the sky in Akboyake.
Hang that one in the gym.
Dak with it on the right wing now. Colorado trying to answer. Diop gives it up. Yakimovsky steps back now, gives it back over to Diop, right wing. Top of the key, Yakimovsky. A tween and a step back. Just trying to work options. Drives right, stops in the short corner. Gives it up, and the floater is no good, too strong. Dak couldn't get that one to go down. It's back and pushing the other way. Longino off that Boyake. Thunderous slam. Villanova trying to score again. They lead by 16, 12:45 left in this one. Swung to the right elbow. It's Dixon. This is where he likes to operate from. A couple jab steps. Now rips, drives left, pump fakes again, goes up, fouled, and he just misses the end one. So Eric Dixon will go to the line and shoot a pair with 12:39 left in this one, and the Wildcats leading by 16.
Yeah, Colorado's ready to sub 2 guys. Malone is coming in, and Ruffin is coming in. If Malone is not coming in for Dak, I will be shocked. 2 for 11 on the day, just committed the foul. He's not playing good basketball. And when you're down by 16, you can't have a guy out there who's playing like Dak is. He's playing reckless, and he's not being smart. And they are going to bring him out. I think this – I don't want to be too harsh on the kid, but I think this move might be 3 or 4 minutes too late.
So Dixon at the line. Second free throw down and good, so Dixon makes both. And Villanova continues to lead, so Dixon will take a seat on the bench. As Buffaloes are faced the press here from the Wildcats, they get it across half court and try to get into their offensive sets and operate. 20 to shoot, now the drive. Yakimovsky goes up with the trees and the layup. Try to be tipped in by Malone, no good. Ball still loose. Malone controls it at the top of the key and is going to give it up. Gets it to Ruffin. Ruffin left wing. Screen from Malone, now drives to the right. Flips it back, opposite corner. Drive from Casares, thought about it, now gets it back right elbow. Opposite wing now. Now back down low. They try to get to Diop, but the pass was deflected. It'll stay with the Buffaloes.
They've just got 4.6 to try and get a shot off. You just have to be smart.
4.6 to shoot. We're going to see Trevor Baskin check in. Transfer from Mesa, Colorado College. Standout D2 player. Hasn't really gotten into his shooting groove all year. But with 4.5 to shoot, Colorado gets it in. The 3 ball from Casares, no good, too strong. That'll reset the shot clock, and a nice rebound by Diop. As Baskin secures the rebound, tight ropes the sideline and saves it back in. Now the pull-up jumper is too strong, but another rebound secured by Colorado. They're dominating the offensive boards right now. Back down low, Diop, pass knocked away. They're going to say it'll go in favor of Villanova. Because the last touch was by Asane Diop. So all these second chance points, but no real points to score from it, show from it, as Villanova leads by 17.
Unfortunately, dominating the offensive boards doesn't matter as much when you're losing the turnover battle, 11-4. Colorado down 17. You mentioned they're starting to play Villanova a little more even than they had in the end of the first half, but you've got to be more aggressive. You've got I know I've been talking all day about how you can't be taking the shots that they've been taking early in the shot clock. Well, you've got about 4 more minutes of smart basketball, and if the deficit is what it is right now, then you have to start forcing the shots. But when you play 40 minutes of basketball that's forcing the shots, you're not going to outscore a veteran team and a smart team like Villanova.
Wildcats lead by 17. We've got 11:53 left as these two teams talk it over at the under 12. We'll talk it over here, and we'll go to a quick break. We'll be back with you in 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
You Throw Like a Girl.
A show by girls for everyone.
Hosted by Madison Holder
and Ella Walter-Sanchez. We aim to shed light on women in sports and media, highlighting every aspect of the sports world from the female perspective and beyond.
Tune in for a variety of episodes featuring guests, Q&As, and just basic sports coverage.
Tune in Thursdays at 10 a.m. on blazeradioonline.com every week to hear our show.
Follow us on Instagram at youthrowlikeagirl.pod to find us on more platforms.
It's time for the Beatdown on Blaze Radio from 2 to 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday afternoons. Seth Golevsky and Willem Marietta take a deep dive into the ever-changing landscape of the UFC. We are talking tactics, breaking down the biggest fights, and giving you the scoop on what's next in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Whether you are a diehard fan or new to the fight game, we've got something for you, only on the Beatdown on Blaze Radio.
Ever wondered what the difference between a virus and bacteria is, or how cancers are classified? Maybe you're interested in how the flu has influenced the world since the dawn of humanity. You can find out about all of this and more on Disease Dissected. My name is Paige McKenna, and every Sunday at 4 p.m. I'll be covering a new disease. The causes, symptoms, treatments, historical significance, and classification. Whether you're a future medical professional or just somebody interested in disease, Disease Dissected is the radio show for you. Listen live on Sundays at 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Now that I have your attention, do you like music? Do you like movies? Do you like weird stuff on the internet? Then we have just the show for you. My name's Alex.
My name's Dane.
And we're the hosts of the DNA Podcast.
Wildcats of Villanova 55, Buffaloes of Colorado 38. As we're through the under 12 here in the second half of the 7th game of the Crown first round in Las Vegas. Alan Judson alongside me. I am Luke Lundler talking to you from the MGM Grand Garden Arena just off the strip in the Sin City. Villanova been in command from beginning to end. Trailed by just 3 early, but then took the lead back and haven't rescinded it since. We're going to see our first notice of Chris Parker in white for the Wildcats as he has it now, operating at the top of the key, swings it to Brickus. Brickus gets a screen, kicks to the corner, the pump fake in the drive. Now the pull-up and the knockdown, a smooth little offensive sequence from Jordan Longino. And the Wildcats lead by 19.
Longino, although he's got 9 points, has been relatively quiet today.
Ruffin throws it away for Colorado, and there's another turnover for the Buffs, who just cannot seem to get anything going offensively right now.
It's not going to win you the game. And playing the way that they're playing right now, turning the ball over too often, it's what they did too often in Big 12 play. This team finished last in the conference, and these are a lot of reasons why. They turned the ball over too often, took bad shots, just some bad basketball at times.
Brickus gives it up, Longino left wing, back to Brickus. He pumps fake from 3, now drives, cuts inside at the elbow, now working in that right short corner. Pump fakes again, then gives it up. It's back down low. It's with Parker. He gives it back outside. Triple is good. Tyler Perkins splash down from downtown, and Villanova leads by 22, their largest of the night.
Just starting to put the foot back on the gas is Mike Nardi's squad.
Baskin pitches it back. It ends up in the hands of Casares. He gets a screen from Malone and drives. Kicks it back out Ruffin. Thought about the 3, 10 to shoot. Casares has options, but he'll drive himself. Goes left, kicks it back out. Ruffin's got to shoot it, and he does, and he goes short. Tipped around by Diop and secured. Another stop for Villanova. They're playing excellently defensively.
Just another poor shot.
Brickus crosses in the offensive half, tries to get a screen. 20 to shoot, can take his time. As Wildcats lead by 22 with 10:05 left. Pass it over to the right wing. It's with Longino. He drives, tries it himself, but ends up getting cut off in the short corner. Trying to post up. Diop bumps some separation and knocks down the smooth rhythm jumper as Villanova's just having their way offensively right now.
This has got to feel good for the Wildcats, who are going to face USC or Tulane in their next round game if they hold on to this lead.
Backdoor cut, layup, good. Trevor Baskin gets his name on the score sheet with a nice cut and a reverse layup. It's looking like we're going to see some more subs from Colorado. We're just trying to get any sort of spark going right now as they're attempting to press Jameer Brickus and this Villanova team, but to no avail. Tyler Perkins downtown. Yes! And he's fouled. Chance for a 4-point play from Tyler Perkins. And the Wildcats are pouring it on here in Las Vegas.
One of the most satisfying plays in basketball, the 3-and-1. A tough shot from the corner, a tough make, and an opportunity for a 4-point play. I always thought some of those 4-point plays are a little easier than they may seem, because he got the shot off before he got fouled, and sometimes they're very, very tough finishes where you get your legs swept out from under you. That time it was a tough finish, don't get me wrong. Tyler Perkins still made a tough shot.
Well, he misses the free throw, so can't complete the 4-point play, but still a 3-ball from downtown for Villanova as Colorado comes back the other way. It's with Baskin. He drives right and tosses it back to Ruffin. Javon Ruffin gives it up. It's with Dak. He drives, kicks out. Ruffin way downtown. Dribble, no good. Off to the right. Chases after the long rebound, but it's ultimately secured by Dixon, who comes back in transition the other way, trying to take on Dak. Dixon definitely outweighs him. Gives it up. Top of the key for Poplar. Yes.
Colorado is 4 for 17 in the second half from the field. They've made 4 shots, Luke. And
they're going to want to talk this over. Tad Boyle in his 15th season. Colorado's all-time leader in wins, but he's got to pull a miracle off to get one going here. The Buffs trail by 28 with 8:52 left in the second half as Villanova is making this look like shoot-around. We'll go to a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir. No, I'm hearing what you're saying, but, what's your take, though? Yeah, he's cool. But Heisman? That team don't got nobody on there who could shoot any type of threes. I'm supposed to believe they're a playoff team? You're not answering the question. The question is, who is the better football team right now? Hey, I like that take right there. There's no midfielder as naturally talented as him in the last 20 years. Tune in to Let's Talk Takes every week, hosted by me, Devin Henderson, where I bring in different guests each week and we debate the most pressing topics in a variety of sports. I'm talking NFL, NBA, college basketball, college football. We even gonna talk about some soccer. Tune in every week, Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. right here on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NBA, NFL, WNBA, MLB, NHL, college basketball, college football, Premier League, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports coverage, tune into the Breakdown After Dark, Thursdays from 10:30 to 11:30 p.m.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Blaze Radio, the hottest news source in the Valley. I'm your host, Pedro Rojo. Breaking news coming from Chandler tonight as mosh pits are being reported. Rave revs have arrived at the scene to bring order. Our reporter Pablo is live with more information. Thanks, Pablo. We'll be back with more news Friday nights at 7 p.m. right here on Blaze Radio.
If you like National League Baseball, then tune into the Senior Circuit, Sundays, 7 to 8 p.m. Arizona time on Blaze Radio.
Shohei Ohtani's just not going to be that good of a pitcher.
Ryan Nelson has all-star potential.
My hot take for the National League is that the Pirates will finish at the top of the National League Central and claim a spot in this year's playoffs.
You Grow Like a Girl.
A show by girls for everyone.
Hosted by Madison Holder
and Ella Walter-Sanchez. We aim to shed light on
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man.
Back with you here in the City. The two teams are on the court, but as are the cheerleaders and a camera crew, so it's going to take us a minute to get this sorted out before we get back underway. But really, what has just been a controlled, dominant performance from Villanova from beginning to end. They lead by 28 with 8:52 left in this one.
Yeah, the Wildcats look good, and we were talking in between break, Luke. They look like they could win this whole thing. They could run the table. They've got everything you need. They're the best three-point shooting team in the nation.
As with Malone trying to back down Dixon. A pump fake goes up, no good, short. Gets his own miss, pump fakes again, goes up and knocks down the layup. So 2 points from Elijah Malone. He continues to be a bright spot for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, that's his 13th points of the day today.
As it's with Villanova back on the offensive end, trying to work it around. Longino with it, gets a screen from Dixon, drives middle, kicks it back out. So with Poplar, trying to get the ball down to Dixon on that low block, calling for it, and he finally gets it. He's pushed all the way out to the top of the key, though. A couple big jab steps from the lefty. Takes a step back, tries a three, but it's no good. The shot clock is winding down. He had to force it. Nice rebound by Perkins, but he can't make the layup. Out of bounds, last touch by Colorado. It'll stay with the Buffaloes.
If they weren't up by 26, I think I'd have a reason to critique that shot, but Dixon, he's earned the ability to just kind of throw stuff up. He's got 17 points today, 3 for 8 from beyond the arc, 6 for 11, and, you know, the best scorer in Villanova history.
A long inbounds pass is caught by Jordan Dumont, so with 15 to shoot, Villanova is going to try to get a shot up here as we cross the 8-minute threshold in this one in Las Vegas. Dixon spins off of Dak, now drives. He's a powerful player, and he floats it up with the right hand and knocks it down. Good offhand layup for Eric Dixon as he continues to have himself a night. He's up to 17. The drive now by Smith. His layup is good. Quick drive, turn the corner. R.J. Smith got to the cup in a hurry and a rush and knocked down the two. So the two teams trading layups right now, but it's Longino with it. Gets a screen, kicks it back out. It's with Perkins. He's got Baskins on him, gives it back up top. Longino, top of the key. Longino gets a screen and floats to the left from Dixon, now feeds the big man on the free throw line. Dixon takes a jab step, takes a second and a third jab steps, then drive, puts his shoulder into Dak, who swats it. But they're going to say off the backboard, it'll be a goaltending, and it'll be a TV timeout as we're inside of 8 minutes. So with 7:19 left, Villanova 72, Colorado 44. Don't go anywhere. Luke Lunder and Alan Judson with you on Blaze Radio.
You Throw Like a Girl.
A show by girls for everyone.
Hosted by Madison Holder
and Ella Walter-Sanchez. We aim to shed light on women in sports and media, highlighting every aspect of the sports world from the female perspective and beyond.
Tune in for a variety of episodes featuring guests, Q&As, and just basic sports coverage.
Tune in Thursdays at 10 a.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com every week to hear our show.
Follow us on Instagram at youthrowlikeagirl.pod to find us on more platforms.
Hey, do you like banger tunes? And do you like banger tunes from a wide eclectic range of genres? Well, if you said yes to either of those questions, tune in to The J Fu Show every Sunday morning from 10 to 11 right here on Blaze Radio, streaming exclusively BlazeRadioOnline.com. I'm Jack Footer, aka J Fu, and each week on The J Fu Show, we'll play you great tunes to get your Sunday fun day rolling and for you to crush the upcoming week. It's The J Fu Show right here on Blaze Radio.
Grab your mates and join us for the finest sports show on Blaze Radio, The Irish Hello.
With the wisdom of the Irish duo, you'll have the knowledge of old pals at the pub, sharing each and every moment.
Join Aiden O'Neill and Shay Maloney every Wednesday night from 8:30 to 9:30 for breakdowns of sports news across the world as a pot of gold awaits.
A smooth and easy second half for Villanova as our good friend Cav Malater is up and dancing to a song that makes him want to shout, throw his hands up and shout as the Wildcats lead the Buffaloes 72-44 here in Las Vegas. It's been a dominant display from beginning to end, and it's been as smooth as you like in the second period. But, you know, a lot of game left. How does Colorado make this interesting, Alan Judson?
You know, Luke, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to walk the strip here in Vegas. The Wildcats have been running the strip. They're on a 20-6 run in the last 6:30, and that's Colorado has not had the ability to do anything. They haven't been smart offensively, and you're at the point of the game where you're down almost 30. You're down 28. You just have to start chucking stuff up and hope it falls. You can't run offensive sets. You can't wait for your second, third shot in a sequence. You just got to throw it up. And that's what they've been doing for the last 33 minutes, and it hasn't worked. They've just got to pray that it works in the last 7.
Well, it's Buff's ball to get us going after the under 8. Ruffin with it now, gives it up Malone. He's 6 for 6 from the field, 6 for 7. But he gives it up to Ruffin, who tries one from downtown. No good. Tipped around, controlled Malone. His tip back up, falls. So 2 points for Colorado. Now they focus on playing some defense as Villanova marches on into the offensive half. Crossing half court. It's Longino with it. He'll take his time and dribble this one out. 20 to shoot. Works it around. Finds Dumont. Back to Longino. Screen from Dixon. Now gets another screen, this time from Poplar. It's back up with Poplar. He comes off the screen on the right wing. Couple of tween dribbles, 8 to shoot. Poplar, big sidestep triple. It's good.
That was a tough shot. A step back 3 over the outstretched arms of the 6'11" Dak.
Malone gets it down low. He swings over to Dak, who gets the layup to fall. Right now, you won't trade 3s for 2s if you're Colorado. They trail by 27 points with 6:15 left in this one. Villanova in total control as we're going to get a timeout. Seemingly from Coach Mike Nardi of Villanova in his first and perhaps only run as head coach. He's replacing Kyle Neptune with Kevin Willard coming in to take the job, who was hired on Saturday. The two teams are going to talk it over briefly, and we'll talk it over briefly here on Blaze Radio. Luke Leonard, Alan Judson will be back with you in no time.
7 seconds to go. Three-pointer. Oh! Onions! Double order!
Want to stay wrapped up in the madness of March all year round? Tune into Onions on Blaze Radio from 7 to 8 p.m., hosted by Luke Leonard and Christian Jarmark, where we break down everything in college basketball, from the biggest players, the biggest games, and the biggest moments, to the small schools making the Cinderella runs that you won't want to miss. Tune in Monday, 7 to 8 on Blaze Radio.
Major Onion with a kiss!
Back with you here following the timeout. Villanova called that one. Not a lot of substitutions made, though. Seemingly the same 5 that was just on the court as it's inbounded to Longino. He gets a screen from Dixon and is guarded by Dak. Couple hesitation dribbles, gets it back out to Dixon, who swings it in the corner. Poplar. Poplar drives middle. He's on that right wing now. Gives it over to Dixon. The swing pass is picked off, still loose, but ultimately controlled. It's Perkins with a behind-the-back cross. Now gives it back. Longino left wing. Jab step, drive, 2 to shoot. He goes up, he hangs, and he hits.
And that's just a nightmare of an offensive possession if you're Colorado on the defensive side.
Baskin back the other way for Colorado, trying to get it back down to Malone, but they're going to say he was grabbed and held. Enoch Boyake is going to be called for that one. As Malone continues, he's fighting down there, he's scrapping down there, and he's having a pretty solid game.
I think Malone has been by far the best player for Colorado. He's been the light in the dark. You've got a big star in Malone who's really played well and could be one of the top big guys in the Big 12 next year, along with Jaden Quaintance if he stays and some couple other guys around that conference.
Smith gets it to Dak, who feeds Malone in the left elbow. Colorado trails 29 points, but it's back with Smith at the free throw line. Tries to get it to Malone down low, and he does. Malone backing down Boyake, but it's swung around back with Smith. He tries a sidestep deep 3 from the right wing, and it's cash money.
That's just what you've got to start doing if you're Colorado. It's a 26-point game with 5 minutes. Just throw it up and pray.
Big hit from Smith as Colorado now trails by 26 points with 5:13 and counting left in the second half. But Brickus has it on the right wing, trying to initiate offense. Gets it down low. Right corner Dixon. He operates from here. Couple jab steps, drives baseline. He's cut off. Tries to fling it to the opposite side, but he throws it off the backboard out of bounds. They're going to say it's a turnover. It'll be Buff's ball.
Yeah, Villanova trying to say that it went out of bounds on Colorado. But the referee right by the play made the call.
Dak inbounds to Smith, who crosses half court. Buffs looking for a run to just make this a competitive game down the stretch. They trail by 26 with 4:50 left in this one. Middle of the court. It's with Casares. He swings it out. Malone, he's hit a 3 already. Gets it back down low. Carrington catches, goes up, and gets the layup to go. So 2 quick buckets from Colorado as they now aim to get back on defense. Brickus picked up full court by Smith. A couple of smooth crossovers, and he breaks the one-man press easily. They're into the offensive half with 18 to shoot. Brickus is doubled off the screen, pushed back towards half court. Now tries to fling into the corner, but lobs it up to God. And it goes about 3 rows deep just off the baseline And that's the second turnover in a row as Colorado goes quickly, inbounds it right up to Casares. He'll cross into the half court and get it over to Dak. Dak to Carrington on that right wing. Back down low Malone. He goes up, layup, no good, rolled around and out. Colorado wanted a foul, but they're going to just clap and encourage their guys on more. Brickus crosses half court and we'll slow it down as we near the 4-minute mark in this one, and Villanova up by 24. Brickus gets a screen from Dixon. Now Dixon gets it back at the edge of the circle. Drives, pump fakes, goes up, and they're going to say he's fouled by Malone. So that'll push us by 1 second to the under 4 timeout, as Villanova attempts to close out this one, leading by 24 with 3:59 left in this one.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Paris.
Looking back door, and Charlie Shane scores! 25-20, 10-5, touchdown Penn State!
Why is airport security so inconsistent? That's the main point of today's episode.
Tune in to the final semester of the Ben Paris Show Mondays at 10:30 a.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Come on, Midland. Come on, Elledge. Close this game out. It's tied 4-4. We can bring this to extra innings. You're the most reliable reliever in baseball right now in the AA. Come on.
The pitch. Swung on, ground ball up the middle.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You had one job. Oh, this is why I listen to Up on Deck every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. on Blaze Radio. So tune in to become hopeful for your MLB team.
Coming in at number 3 on the MLB Top 10 hitters list from last season, I got Bobby Witt Jr.
Whoa. Hold on. What? How do you have Bobby Witt Jr. over Freddie Freeman?
Because Bobby Witt Jr. just led the majors in hits and batting average.
Well, I bet Freddie Freeman can't get his team in the playoffs and perform better in the postseason.
But he just did. But let's keep debating on this on the Diamond Debate Show every Monday on Blaze Radio from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Adventurer, quickly, I don't have much time. I have a quest for you. You must travel to BlazeRadioOnline.com to listen to the stories on Traveler's Guide to Faerun. Find the dutiful guide, Anion Fac McDaniels, who can tell you all about the legendary lore of the world behind Dungeons & Dragons every single week. Remember, Adventurer, Traveler's Guide to Faerun, every Wednesday night at 8, only on Blaze Radio. Adventure awaits.
Are you wondering what's going on?
Luke Lendler, Alan Judson back with you here in Las Vegas as the two teams trickle out of their timeouts and onto the court. It's been an impressive display of dominance on both ends from Villanova in this one. 77-53.
Dominance is basically the only way that you can put it. They're shooting 17% higher than Colorado, 13% from beyond the arc. They are shooting worse from the free throw line, but when the two teams have combined for 12 total shots from the charity stripe, that's not going to affect you as much. Villanova's forced 12 turnovers, and that's been the number, that's the difference. That's what started the Villanova run late in the first half, and ever since then, the Wildcats and Mike Nardi have not looked back.
So Eric Dixon at the line became Villanova's all-time leading scorer in program history. He's going to shoot 2 here. Native of Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, just down the road from Villanova, out in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Although, Alan, I'm going to hit you with a little Philadelphia geography lesson here. There's 2 suburb sections of Philadelphia. There's the Willow Grove area, which is north, and then there's the main line, which is just to the west.
I know you're from the suburbs of Philly.
Northwest.
Which part are you from?
I'm not. That is a blasphemous accusation to give me. I hail straight from the city. One of my proudest achievements as a human being. As Dixon splits the pair, so Colorado's going to come back with it the other way, trailing by 25 with 3:45 left in this one. They feed Dak at the free throw line. His jumper is no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Mosley and sent up ahead to Poplar, as now he drives baseline, looking to fill up the bucket, and he does.
So does that mean you love Rocky, Luke?
Big Rocky guy. Enjoy the steps a lot. I've ran up them multiple times.
I've never seen it.
You never seen the movie?
I never have.
It's really great. It's one of the in my opinion, one of the best. It's a little slow. Yes, it's a little slow, but it takes its time.
Basically,
it's a patient movie with a lot of great, well-written dialogue and an ending that, to this day, gets me a little misty-eyed. As Dak drives coming off the perimeter and floats it up Gets a layup to go, so there's 2 points for Colorado.
The only thing I know about Rocky is that you don't vandalize the statue when your team plays a Philadelphia sports team. That's about all I know.
Vandalize is one way to put it. I feel like anytime somebody puts anything non-Philadelphia on it, as Parker's fouled on the 3-point attempt by Malone, anytime somebody puts anything non-Philadelphia related on that statue, it's not vandalism, it's desecration, Alan. That's the word that really comes to mind. So
even when it's just a jersey?
Even when it's just a jersey.
Well, Tulane or USC is going to get a crack at that Rocky statue, it looks like.
Perhaps I wasn't aware there was a huge green wave contingent in Philadelphia, but perhaps, if the American runners-up this year can pull it off and win the game against USC, match up with this Villanova team, maybe we'll see a little green wave party in Center City.
They fell to the eventual runner-ups.
You're right, they did. They lost
fell
to
to George Mason.
George Mason? No, that was
George
the
Mason.
A-10, my friend. That was the A-10.
Ah, that was George Washington.
It's disappointing when Utah. What is the word for native people from Utah? Like Utites? Utahs? I'm gonna go with Utites just because I like it. It's annoying when Utites, come to me trying to talk about some East Coast basketball. Like that's not my forte. But Casares is gonna pump fake the 3 and give it back over to Smith as the Buffs give up a pair of free throws after fouling the 3-point shooter and then almost immediately turn it over. But it's back with Smith. He drives from the left wing. Thinks about the 3 now, feeds it back down low Malone. He's doubled, gives it up to Dak, who couldn't quite get his hands on it, but ends up getting it back. His pass out to the perimeter, caught by Carrington. 5 to shoot for Colorado. Carrington drives in, goes up, and just misses the layup, but he's fouled.
You can talk about East Coast basketball, Luke. I'll give you that one. But if you ever want to talk about the Mountain West and how underrated it is and all the glories that come from the Rockies, you just let me know.
Oh, don't worry, Alan. You and I, we were on Blaze Radio. We still are on Blaze Radio from.
We were supposed to be 20 minutes ago.
We were supposed to be 20 minutes ago from 6:30 to 7 on Tuesday nights as Carrington misses the first of 2. Talking about anything, and you always try to fit your Utah State agendas in there somewhere. But hey, nonetheless, you get your time to talk about them. I got my time to talk about East Coast, and we're both happy as Carrington splits the pair.
You've got 40 minutes of basketball to talk about some high-level East Coast hoops today.
Certainly, Villanova showing why. Maybe is Philadelphia the best college basketball city in the world? Stick around. More at 10. Brickus comes off the screen and drives down left. Now pump fakes the turnaround and tries to feed it over to Longino. He can't. Now it's back down with Boyake. He drives, loses it off his foot. Now gets on the floor and dives. Looking for an option. Still looking, and he turns it over immediately. Throws it right to a black jersey. Smith pushes in transition, but dribbles it off his foot. Then pulls it back out and throws it back to the other team as Mosley secures it. A tough sequence there on both sides.
Getting on the floor when you're up 26 with 2.5 minutes left. I don't know what Mike Nardi's done in his couple weeks as the intern, but that is a big sign of a man who wants to play for his team.
It's prime passion, as some might say. But Parker's going to drive off the screen and go right, hang, and he's blocked. Nice play there by Malone as the Buffs going to try to run in transition. Up ahead, Carrington. The dunk, no good, but he was fouled.
I think he got that dunk to fall.
Oh, it did. It just popped in right off the rim. Forgive us, we are behind the basket. So the shot clock was kind of in the way for me there. But it seems like it popped. Yeah, so he grabbed the rim, but the ball popped through. So dunk was no good, but he got the layup. So he'll go to the line and shoot one. Carrington in the portal right now, but choosing to come back and play, trying to make it a little bit of his name for himself. And
that might be the best pass by a Dak all year.
All year?
That was a beautiful over-the-shoulder pass.
You watch a lot of Dak for Colorado this year?
Just Dak in general.
Definitely.
Dak Prescott.
That's a good point, actually. you know, Prescott maybe take some notes from his Colorado counterpart as Dumont misses the 3 on the other end for Villanova, but a nice rebound by Perkins. He tried to throw it off a Colorado player, but he just missed his leg, so it's actually going to become Buff's ball going back the other way.
Those are always so disheartening when you get it thrown off your leg.
Yeah, but unfortunately Perkins was, unsuccessful there, so the only thing disheartening the Colorado players right now is the score.
I'm just saying.
Free throw line, entry pass, caught by Dak. He goes back down. Malone's going to go up and couldn't get the N1 to fall. Toilet bowls out. As Malone frustrated, but ultimately happy with these 2 shots to the line despite his team trailing 82-58.
There's a Rocky Mountain legend. A Rocky Mountain legend, Malone. You got Karl Malone?
I do know who Karl Malone is.
As a proud Utite?
Utite. I'm going to make that stick. I like Utite. Malone
Good luck
the
getting
first.
that to stick.
I'll find a way. I will. I always find a way. Elijah Malone in his first and likely only year with Colorado. He's a grad senior. Played at Grace College in Indiana. as the rebound is secured by Villanova, and they go back the other way. So here come the Wildcats. It's with Chris Parker. He's guarded. We're almost at the minute threshold in this one. Parker sidestep triple. No, too strong. Rebound loose, secured by Dak. And we have 1 minute left in this one. 7th game of the first round of the inaugural Crown Tournament, and Colorado is currently fighting to just make this at all close and competitive against Villanova, who's had their way this night. Wildcats have 82. Colorado's got 58, and a foul down low committed against Malone will send the big man to the line for a 1-and-1.
Following today's game, scheduled for an 8 o'clock tip, Tulane plays USC. We'll have coverage for you in the same spot.
My partner, Alan Judson, will be on the full call for that one.
Tulane from the American Conference, not the A-10.
There you go.
It was a really good football matchup a couple years ago. That Tulane USC
tremendous Cotton Bowl. Oh, tremendous!
Amazing way to end off that college football season.
Last time the Cotton Bowl will ever not be a playoff game was that one.
Michael Pratt, Tajay Spears, Deuce Watts, Caleb Williams lost. He did not lose many college football games.
Caleb Williams?
But every college football game he lost.
You and I must have watched different USC teams
up until his senior year. But like his sophomore and junior year, every game he lost was an instant classic. It was an unbelievable stretch.
He had that setting turned on every time he checked into the game. Instant classic turned on. But here's Tyler Perkins with it, just trying to dribble out this clock. 6 to shoot. He'll heave up a 3, and it's no good. Ball loose. We're inside of 30 seconds, so the shot clock is turned off. Malone getting on the floor for the rebound. He gets it up, and Colorado's going to take it in the half court.
Dunk it.
The drive is no good, but a foul is committed. That was Casares trying to go up. Acrobatic play in the air. Couldn't get it to fall, but his layup rolls out. So he'll go to the line and shoot 2, trying to perhaps cut this to a 20-point deficit with 18.2 left.
Chris Paul-esque.
This could be the dagger, as we're going to see players we have not yet seen check in for Villanova as the benches are leaning to be emptied.
Big enough lead, and they've really dominated this game from start to finish, Luke, and shooting under their season average from beyond the arc, and that's not very difficult when you lead the nation in three-point percentage. 39.8% on the year, 35% in this game. I also wanted to highlight, it's day 2. We're at the end of game 7, and Kavin just got his M&Ms.
Good for Kavin. Happy for Kavin that he finally got his M&Ms. Didn't realize he was in pursuit of his M&Ms.
Oh, you missed that story yesterday.
I was not here for the story of Kavin Malater, our dear friend, hunting after some M&Ms as the inbound pass is tipped away.
You were finishing your article.
By Malone. Yes, I was finishing my article. By Malone, who got cracked in the head. So to go along with a 21-point deficit, it seems like Elijah Malone might got his bell rung. But pass is inbounded and given up, and Villanova still trying to score as a blocking foul and 1 for the Wildcats. Colorado bench not loving it at all. Jack Fees was called for the foul. The walk-on gets his first minutes of his Colorado career. Tried to post up for the charge. He was bowled over, sent flying, and they did not give him the call. A tough break. But we're now down to 10 seconds inside of 10 seconds. Villanova 85, Colorado 61. What has been a blown out is the Fees is going to try one and drill it from downtown. Jack Keys. If you're going to lose, you might as well lose in style for his first career collegiate points. The manager, wet like water from the logo. Unfortunately for him, Colorado falls to Villanova 85-60. For the Wildcats, moving on to the next round, and one game closer to that $300,000 prize. Allen, it was really just an impressive performance from start to finish for Villanova in the first game that Mike Nardi has ever coached. Got a pretty good record and a pretty good point differential. What did you like from Nova today?
Everything. I don't think there was anything to not like from this Villanova squad. They were led by their star. Eric Dixon had 22, and Wooga Poplar right behind him. Although we did score a couple more, Dixon led the way. Set the program record. They were effective from beyond the arc, which we've seen from this Villanova team from day 1 of this season. And the only thing that I have to critique is the offensive boards. They lost that battle 15-9, but this Villanova team doesn't have a guy who's 6'11", 7 foot that can just go up and gobble boards. They're a team that has to be tenacious. They have to fight, and they did that on the defensive end, forcing 13 turnovers. A really well-rounded performance from Villanova. They'll play again in 2 days against the winner of our next game.
Speaking of our next game, in a little bit more than half an hour, we're going to have Tulane against UNC for you, and my partner and good friend Alan Judson on the call. For this game, though, Villanova remains the victor as the Wildcats march on and the Buffaloes go home in Game 7 of the first round of the inaugural Crown Tournament. For all of us here at Blaze Radio, make sure you stick around and catch the last game of the night, but Luke Lemler and Alan Judson are going to sign off for now. Have a good one, and don't go anywhere because we'll be